Alright guys, so we're going over the KDMO patch notes for this week, and they're just going over the family buffs that they're editing again. So here you could see it's just going to be fewer applied buffs, but one of them gives you the 60% family buffs, which every U rank is going to have now. That is nice. It's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I think also if you have a ton of Shadow Lab buffs, that's just going to be to your benefit because you're only going to be spending one now at a time instead of 3. So here also we have the change of the integrated buffs here that are, instead of having to click on freaking 10, 12 of them, it's gonna be 4, I think now. It's like 3 separate ones. They're removing the restrictions, so they're going back on their 5 entry limit for Good, Loose, Easy, and Normal, which thank goodness, because like Jesus, that would be horrible even for upcoming players, even for like just anyone really. So they're this one doesn't say that, but yeah, they're going back on it. They said they're gonna adjust the entry limit, but also I guess they're removing. See, this is what I mean with the translation. The English translation is really bad. It could be like they're removing the limit as far as my understanding goes, but this says removes boss drop, which also could be, it makes sense too, because if I'm not mistaken, bots would farm the dice box from it and then sell it. So I think they want to remove that drop. And here we have the store sells, and that's the here it tells you the NPCs that would be selling this stuff. And if this is true, now this is for KDMO. I don't know if we're gonna get this. It would be very nice if we do. Here you can see the nice little list they have of stuff, which is, man, all that would be very nice. It would be very nice. Obviously the vending machine, macro, and all that. Now here they're adjusting the cost of Yoli set even again, which here you go. It tells you right here the changes. Honestly, you shouldn't be getting it more than 10 anyways, regardless, right? So. Now here's the changes that might make upcoming players happy. So not only is it gonna take less materials to get your bracelet, your earring, and your necklace from Gulus, Armageddon, and CDGN, Chimera. It's also gonna cost you, well, on some of them it's cheaper. On here, it just doesn't seem like there's many. The changes are right here. If you have digital hazard earrings, it is gonna be a cheaper price for you, from 175 to 100 Terra. And if you have the miracle, so it is helping players, the lower level players, the people that are up and coming, it is making it cheaper for you guys. As far as the necklace here, it's all around cheaper, less materials, and less Terra. Same thing with the bracelet, as you can see here. Not much changes here, but if you have a miracle and below, it is cheaper for you now. Now here we have some adjustments. OXE was nerfed. I mean, according to them, everything was just nerfed. The skill damage was decreased all across the board. They are fixing that. I guess the KDMO players were up in an uproar, and rightfully so. Like, it made no sense to nerf it. It just didn't. So they are going back on it, and they are actually increasing all the skills and buffing it. Same thing for Alphamon. Now this one's a welcome change because poor Alphamon was neglected. From my understanding, he was always near Omegamon's level, even when the X, when Triple S pluses were a thing. Omnimon X was still stronger, right? He was a more expensive one, but at least if you had the Triple S plus of Alphamon, he was within that range. He really was. There was the top 2, 1 and 2, for many years. So it's a welcome change. He's finally up there where he belongs. Gloomlormon got a buff, although I was KDMO player was saying it wasn't much. Mostly the same, so I don't know what kind of increase they're talking about. Maybe it's the level per level game. Zed also gets a buff. We'll see if it actually is, but he, out of a lot of the U ranks, very badly needed it. Here they increased the final damage some more. They are adjusting it from 5% to 7% for the first level, and the second level from 12 to 15. Now this is kind of big. It is kind of big, but again, I don't know what players are really gonna go for this, because just from my understanding, it is quite expensive to overclock, guys. Like, we're talking, might as well be buying a brand new U rank. Like, that's how expensive it is. And I'm talking about the brand new U ranks that are like 70, 80,000 Terra. I don't know why, like, obviously the whales that have all the U ranks or close to all of them, it doesn't make sense to go for this. It really doesn't. Because you're just going to go after the next best thing, you know, that comes out. That's always going to be stronger. That's always going to have a better deck, etc. So I don't know what audience they're targeting here, because you can't use your rare X triple S pluses, from my understanding. In the patch notes, I had it in red. You know, you can't use the character bound ones. So then I don't know, you know, what player base they're targeting with the overclock. And yeah, it looks nice. It is gonna buff those that get it, but just the price that it costs, in my opinion, you might as well just go for, if you're dead set on spending that much, you might as well just go for the next best thing, you know, that comes out, because that's always gonna be the strongest. That's gonna give you a title even. This isn't gonna give you a title. This isn't gonna do anything, you know. It's a 3-minute 700k attack. It's nice, but it's 3 minutes. It's gonna, I mean, I guess the only people it would target is the people that absolutely love, you know, like the Digimon that have the overclock. You know, it's their favorite and they just don't want to use anything else. Then I guess, yeah, you know, then go for it. It's gonna buff your favorite Digimon. But realistically, I just wouldn't recommend it. I can't recommend it to you guys. But yeah, guys, so this is KDMO patch notes for this week, and I'm only gonna go for over the KDMO patch notes if it's like a big update. If it's something small and nothing really crazy, then, you know, I'm just gonna stick to doing the NA ones. But you know, NA hasn't really got anything. Hopefully we get the new dungeon and overclocking soon. But yeah, so like, if you guys like the video, give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does motivate me to keep doing videos like this. And I'm gonna do a mini series of me doing ranked arena, my road to 90+. So be sure to check that out, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Enjoy the video, guys. All right, guys, so I wanted to kind of go over the breakthrough for a lot of players that are getting to it or don't really understand it. And there's not many videos on it. When it comes to breakthrough, it's pretty simple, right? So here, 2 things here, right? You need 40 attempts. This is what it means. It means you need to click on the box 40 times. You need to absolutely complete this in order to get the breakthrough, right? And it's 10 Tera per try. Okay? Now the negative, you obviously want a negative that isn't gonna affect your Digimon. So say like, obviously, Renamon, you don't want something that's dark, right, to be down here. You really don't, because you need to, in order to get the 40, you're gonna have to click some of these on the bottom, which is the, you know, negatively impact your Digimon potentially if you have something really bad down there. So you wanna, let me just give you guys an example right here. So I'm gonna roll here. Oh wait, sorry. So I'll just do the stat change. Sorry, I have some dice here. Just an example. I'm not really gonna do it fully because I'm kind of on the broke side right now. Unfortunately, I'm selling stuff on the market. But okay, so we're trying to get something. We'll see if we can roll something decent, just with a few tries. So as you can see, you want minimum 2 positive stats, right? Don't try to be picky. Don't try to go dark or data. You know, just an example for Renamon. Or don't try to get if you absolutely have the Tera to burn and you have a lot of like a 500+ dice. And you just absolutely want, you know, you're just OCD about it. You want to get the percent, go for it, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. Okay, guys? So just try to focus on getting at least 2 positive stats. So here, obviously, I'm going to want darkness data or data or darkness dark, whatever, you know, like it's positive. So we'll see if we can get that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm doing a video, so I'm not gonna get lucky. That's just the way it works. I gotta show you one that this would be kind of bad, right? Like if I stuck with it. Sometimes, you know, it's just you get unlucky with these. It is you know, that's what it is with this game. So right here, we'll stick with this data. Okay, but look, you see how darkness is down here? I don't want to. I think when you get up to this box right here is when it starts -%, and that would be bad. That would impact my damage. So I want to mainly focus on the vaccine and this one as well. Like I want to use up all these, right? I'm not gonna do it right now because like I said, I don't have the Tera. So I would click on all these boxes until you want to get the best. And the way it would go, right? So here it says 59%. Something we're not correctly. 59 or 58, I think. I'm sorry guys, it's like I'm not kind of far. And this is 15%, right, for the success. So the way it works is I'm just gonna do it a couple times here for you guys. So you click on. Every time you click on it, so I don't know why I did 3. That's be careful with that. I don't know why I did 3, but it did. So you see the success goes 50. It goes down every time you succeed. It goes down, and so you gotta kind of be careful. See, it failed and it goes up. So it's kind of how you want to play it too. So what I mean by that is you wanna the highest percent possible in order to get the success, right? And then when you get to these boxes here, it's gonna matter a lot more because that's when your damage is gonna go up, okay? So like right there, success, and it's still 54%. Obviously you go for it and it fails, it goes up to 59 again. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. And here you can see I have 4 attempts. You need 40 attempts in order to complete your breakthrough. So the way you would do this is you would keep going, right? I would keep going and I would try to get as many successes as possible. Obviously you're gonna want to reset if you get a really bad one, but again, guys, remember, it's gonna cost you 10 Tera a try. Yeah, sometimes I've seen people spend a few thousand Tera, unfortunately, on this breakthrough, right? So you wanna get as many successes as you can get on the positive stats. So on these two, I would want to get as many, and on this one it wouldn't matter. And so you would just click it, just because again, you need the 40 attempts, and you don't want to go into darkness and get -%. It's very important that your attempts you use, you don't go into your darkness. Like the first 3 won't matter, but once you get to like here, it's gonna start going into the -%, and that's gonna hurt your damage in the long run. So you want to use up all your vaccine attempts, right? You want to use up all this one on the negative vaccine attempts. It's not going to matter because she's a data. It's not going to hurt her in the slightest. So that's the way you'd want to play it. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much the breakthrough. It's quite expensive, especially if you want to get perfect percentage. I would say try to, like I said, save money. Go for 2 out of 3 positive. Minimum go for 2 positive stats. And just try your best to get it right the first time. Just I know it's not, it's RNG, right? That's just the way it is. You can have bad luck. Just do your best, unless you have a lot of Tera to burn, just do your best to kind of read the percentage. And so, like, what I mean by that is, so here's another example, right? 59%, I failed, right? It stays, so 59 is the max. But, like, if I keep going, it goes down, right? So I use 2. Use another one, it goes down. Every time you succeed, it goes down. Now, to bring it back up, you want to fail, but say you're right here. You don't want to fail this one, right? Because it's going to affect your end result. So you want to fail on something that doesn't matter, and that's vaccine, right? The vaccine ones. Or a negative stat, even a positive that you don't really care about, right? So you could do negative first, because vaccine's not going to hurt you, regardless if you get -%. So here, watch. So it fails, it goes up, and then that's when you try the positive one again. And that's how you would go, just so on and so forth. Again, you're going to need all 40 attempts in order to get your breakthrough. Okay, guys? And it's 10 Tera per try. So I just wanted to get that video out for you guys. Hopefully you guys understood it. Let me know what other videos you want me to make for you guys. I don't mind. I might do an EOS and Baleo guide, but that's going to take a little time. I'm kind of been busy in real life, so I've been trying my best to keep up with uploading videos for you guys. So yeah, leave a like if you've enjoyed it and it's helped you, and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help me out a lot. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Take care, guys.